Today I'm gonna open something that I didn't even know existed until this run, the Imperial Attack Base. We do the history of it, try to put it together, and review it. This is gonna be interesting, so let's go. Welcome back to the journey. Now, I knew on this journey that there were gonna be a lot of playsets that I had never opened before, that I'd never even played with before, or how to put those together. So this week, I'm going into this playset very blind. The Imperial Attack Base was released in 1981 and sold for $11.99, which in today's prices would be $39.31. This was one of 4 playsets to be released from Kenner that featured Hoth for the 3.75-inch line. There was also the Hoth World Micro playset. And on my last quest, completing the entire action figure run of the Star Wars Kenner figures made from 1977 to 1985. There were a number of these figures that I never knew existed. Figures like Amanaman, Barada, or even the vinyl cape Jawa. I just knew about the cloth cape one. So, getting into this playset, the first thing that I did when planning my entire run was to research how many exact playsets that were made from Kenner during the years of 1977 to 1985. And since I'm doing a complete run of the USA Kenner releases, I went to the internet and I did a few searches. And there are a number of websites that have great databases of all these playsets. One that I love is the Star Wars Collector's Archive. Some information is incomplete, but the basics that every collector should know is there in a very easy to navigate site. And I came here to curate my playset list of the items I wanted to include on my run. But if I didn't go to sites like that, I would have never known about this playset's existence. And whatever you're collecting, it's good for even a seasoned collector to establish a base and plan your collection run. For me, it makes it more of a quest and allows me to do plenty of pre-research on the history, or if it's a rare or common item, what's included in that playset. And finally, how much can I expect to pay in today's market, especially if it's a toy that I don't know about. So in this episode, I'm gonna walk through exactly how I hunt for a toy like this. Now, I just showed you one resource that helped me decide my collection list, but now for my collection list itself. I created this sheet to help me on my journey. I included all 16 of the playsets that are on my quest, and the ones that I have collected, you can see I have them checked off for how much I bought them for and from who. And this helps me keep track of what I need and what I have, and it helps me keep track of my budgets. This sheet is available for download on my website at thepadawancollector.com in the Collector Depot section. Then finally, I like to look at reference sites that show me exactly what's inside the box. And I found a pretty good thread on the Rebel Scum forums that show you the content of a bunch of Star Wars vintage toys, including this one. So let's see what originally came inside this box. There's the box itself, the main cardboard insert, the Empire Strikes Back mini catalog, the original unused sticker sheet, the instruction sheet, landmine assembly pieces, laser cannon assembly pieces, command post latch covers, snowbank and snow bridge pieces, command post, and finally, the white molded plastic base. So knowing that, I often like to bookmark those sites onto my phone so that way when I'm out hunting in the wild, I can pull that up and just reference it and the photos that it came with. And I went to a local shop right here in San Diego called TC's Rockets. This place is full of vintage and modern toys from all lines, but the main reason why I like it is that it's full of vintage Star Wars goodness. And today, we found a boxed example of the Imperial Attack Base. And now you should know what these cost in today's market. And for that, I like to research a few places. And one of those is eBay. And there are a bunch of loose ones being sold for ranges of $20 with some missing items to ones complete being sold for about $80. So prices on this one are all over the place if you do current searches. But when you start getting into boxed items, they are usually starting out at prices of $100 to $200 for a complete in-box item. And looking at an app called the Star Wars Tracker, only one minted sealed box was sold since 2021, and that went for $358. So you can imagine that a minted sealed box could go for as much as $400 to $500 today, depending on condition. And I found this graded example sold for $3,000 that was graded in 80 by AFA in a great looking box. And here's the example that we got from TC's Rockets Toy Shop. The box is in okay condition, and even though it's not pristine, it's still good enough to display. The front box art features a play scenario with the base, and the top and bottom shows close-ups of the main play features of the base, and the sides show a picture from the actual movie. With this box, the flaps are in very delicate condition, so I'm gonna have to be extra careful opening it and careful not to bend them too much ever. So looking at the contents inside and knowing what it comes with already, the only items I'm missing is the cardboard inserts and the mini Kenner catalog. All of the parts are here, so let's give this a clean first. And I use a makeup brush to lightly dust. Then I use canned air to loosen hard to reach dust. Then I separate out the parts that have stickers to the parts that don't. For the items that don't have stickers, I wash them using warm water with a drop of mild dish soap. Then scrub it with a soft bristle toothbrush. Then let this air dry for a day in an area with no direct or indirect sunlight. For the items with stickers, I use fragrance-free wipes that are water and alcohol based, and once clean, I set these aside to air dry as well. And looking at the instruction sheet, it's not very clear as to the parts that you're supposed to use and how to construct it. So if I was a kid back in 1981 trying to do this, I would have been kind of confused. But let's put this together the best we can. First, let's put the ice bridge together. There is an ice bridge lever labeled with an I and a lever cover. Place the lever down into the slot, then cover this with the lever cover and it should snap into place. Next, get the snow bridge pieces and place them together in the slots that fit the ice bridge together. Placing a figure on top when you hit the lever, you can see the battle damage in this feature. Super rad. Let's see how the landmine feature works. By placing a figure on the landmine area, you can hit the lever that knocks the figure over. Now for the command post and the snow wall. Slide the wall into position using the grooves in the base. Then slide the command post into position in back of the snow wall. Place the hatches on top of the command post. By hitting the lever, it makes the entire wall and command post explode. And finally, the laser cannon. Place the laser cannon turret into the hole designated for it. The cannon swivels and makes a clicking noise to simulate laser fire. And here it is, all set up, and the Imperial forces have infiltrated Hoth and have chased away the poor rebellion. And if you're enjoying the content so far, please hit the like button. That does support the channel. And also, please consider subscribing. And please visit the PadawanCollector.com, where you can see blogs, bonus material, and you can visit the Collector Depot for accessories that you may need for your collection. So now let's cross this playset off our list, and we got this from TC's Rockets in San Diego for $80, which is a great deal considering the box isn't in the best of shape and it's missing the cardboard inserts and the Kenner catalog. And we also ordered an acrylic case from Ian's Displays for $68. I think this is a great toy from Kenner and offers a lot of cool play features for kids. I can see some of these items getting lost fairly quickly, and I can see how a lot of these playsets in the wild don't come complete, but you rarely see anything on this playset ever being broken. And I think that just tells us how durable the toy engineers at Kenner made these to last a long time. Now, I don't think this is the best playset ever, as it's not really from an iconic scene right out of the movie. It's just a snow playset that honestly you can use for a lot of different toy lines, especially G.I. Joe. But nonetheless, it's one of the classic playsets. Even if I don't consider this an essential playset that every collector has to have in their collection. But I'm still glad that I have it inside my collection. But next week, we look at something else from Hoth, the Turret and Probot playset. So join me next week as I continue to try to collect them all. To help me keep creating content like this, please become a YouTube channel member. With membership starting as low as 99 cents a month. You'll get early access to videos before the public does, members-only live streams, extra entries into all giveaways, and special member shoutouts. Just hit the join button below the screen, and welcome to the Academy. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. That does support the channel. And if you want to see more Star Wars and collecting content from me, then please consider subscribing. And also, hit that notification bell so you know when videos go live. I post videos every Sunday with bonus content throughout the week. And as always, my friends, thank you, and I will see you next time. If you're new to the channel, check out the welcome video, or just check out the next episode. And please subscribe if you want to follow the journey. And remember, there is no shame in being a Padawan.